Hello? Hello. Sir David the Bard, I'm coming to you from the Supreme Court of the United States of America. No, I'm not in chambers with anybody. I'm hiding in the restroom. I'm hoping to hear something. Anyway, this is a video for me. Turn it off. You don't want to hear this. You don't want to see it, but I need a paper trail. I need evidence. I need proof. Now, you all know that sometimes I visit the Mormon country of Utah. It's not a state. It's a country. And citizenship in this state, country, is by money. You pay 10% of your annual income to the head authorities who probably never had a job in their life as payment. Citizenship. Now, let me tell you what just happened yesterday in the school district of the state of Utah. Now, I'm going to tell you the whole story. The truth, nothing but the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. And I'm an atheist. So, anyway, I have attached down below, and you'd listen to it for yourself. Am I lying? Am I lying? I got an email yesterday in the middle of the day from Abigail's physical education teacher. It says, your daughter will be receiving a U, which means an F, in citizenship for the year. I said, geez, the girl has been a straight A student. Last semester she turned to a B student, but she's never been in trouble. She's never been in the office. She's never had any kind of disciplinary things going on. So I wrote back and I said, details, please. What did this child do? Well, now, I'm going to tell you what I've been told, and the tape down below will indicate I'm telling the truth. The teacher said, your daughter was swearing, using inappropriate language. I said, oh, what are the details? And the teacher said, well, I was sitting in my office, and across the way from my office, I heard two girls talking. Now, remember what I'm saying. I heard two girls talking and going, fuck this, fuck that, I'm gonna, fuck. You went on and on, I guess, for 3 times. 3 F-bombs, they call them. Mormons, they think it's a bomb. Is there an A-bomb, a B-bomb, a BB, a baboon bomb? I don't know. But anyway, I agree with the school. That's not appropriate language in a public school for children in public. Well, I looked up the reasonable expectation of privacy provided by the Constitution, and it's a little bit complex. But the fact of the matter is, this was a private conversation. This was not my daughter walking down the hall going, fuck, fuck, fuck. That's a different situation. Well, I don't defend that. My daughter deserves to be punished, and my daughter deserves probably community service. So, the story that the teacher told me was that when she came out of her office, one of the girls ran away. Evidently, that was Abby. Is that an admission of guilt? I don't know. So anyway, the teacher caught her, and the teacher said, hiding. I don't know where you hide in a girl's locker room, but maybe there's places. I don't know. Behind the Kotex machine, they're not going to see your feet sticking. I don't know. Anyway, she went down to Abigail and said that she was going to give both girls the F. Not the F-bomb, just the F. And Abigail said to her, and it's undisputed, well, it wasn't her, my friend, saying that. It was all me. Well, the teacher said that she heard both girls, that she didn't hear just Abigail. But now Abigail is admitting to the sin. Well, teacher goes back to the other girl, who then says, after she was told Abigail took the blame, I wasn't saying any of it. I was just standing here. So that girl didn't get the F. My girl got the F. Okay, now, there's some inconsistencies that the teacher said she heard both girls, which probably, they're in her class. I would think she could identify the voices, but when she got out in the hall, she couldn't identify the voices, and just because a child says it was all me, may not be true. She may be protecting her friend. A child doesn't have any common sense at that teenage age of the responsibilities and the consequences of admitting to something that maybe she didn't do. Maybe she did. Again, I'm not trying to defend the child. I'm only defending what the authorities have said, which that part was inconsistent. So anyway, Abigail got the UF, or maybe it was FU. I don't know. This school district, and I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the Davis School District, just up above Salt Lake City, Davis School District. And this is a junior high. And I'm not going to name any names at this point. I believe in giving people chances. Well, this teacher didn't. Abigail has no record in the school at all, and this teacher gave her the most harsh punishment that a teacher can give a child. Now, I've worked with residential children for over 20 years. I've heard a lot of fuck words. And I would have a tendency to go out in the hall or on the bus and say, hey, we're all hearing this. No, this is not acceptable. Stop it now, or I'm going to write you up. I would give a warning. This teacher didn't think she should give a warning. Now, I'm going to give this tape to the school district, and these are the things I haven't said yet. I'm going to give the school district a heads up to get their heads out of their ass. So I said to the teacher, well, can we have a meeting? I'd like to sit down and have a meeting. She said, well, yes, we'll meet with the principal tomorrow at 3 o'clock. That was 4 o'clock in the afternoon the day before. So I said, okay. So I'm sure she was well informed that the principal was going to be there. She talked to the principal, and the principal made the appointment. Well, the fact of the matter is I went in, and it was the vice principal that came out, and he said, now the real principal, with clear intelligence, is a female and much more approachable. So my show is for comedy. You want to sue me? Sue me. I don't care. I'm judgment proof. I'm judgment proof. The asshole vice principal came out, and I said, well, I thought we were meeting with the principal. Oh, she's not here. She planned to take off. Well, how did the teacher make the appointment yesterday? Oh, it doesn't matter. So it's obvious. They didn't want me talking to the principal. They sent the mafia, the hitman, out to talk to the bard. Well, I don't intimidate very easily, and I told them that a couple of times. I said, okay. So my wife, Mercy, and Abigail and me went in to meet with Bruno, the Magnificent, and the teacher. So you can take a look at the tape and judge for yourself. You may, think that they were very appropriate and I was inappropriate. However, here's where I'm going. This teacher just got married. 95% of this school is white. White and delightsome. Teacher, probably married in the temple. I haven't certified that yet, but probably Mormon, and probably married in the Mormon temple. So she believes, these are just my opinions, that she believes that it is her job to police the world, that everyone will live like and look like and act like a Mormon, or they're going down the poop chute. When I said to this teacher on the phone, was Abigail talking to one of her trash friends? The teacher just went silent. I took that as a yes. I don't know who the other kid was, but the teacher was clearly indicating the other kid was a trash student, and Abigail, I guess, was too. Isn't it interesting? They both have dark skin. Abigail, dark skin from the Philippines, and the other girl from Mexico, dark skin. Do you think a woman who just got married in the temple probably has a temple recommend? And here's the F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb comes out of her office. And rather than saying, girls, girls, get out of here, I don't want to hear that language, she came out, I'm God, and you are going to outer darkness. I'm giving you the worst punishment. Well, is it a racial thing? I think it could be. I haven't played the racial card yet because I'm not totally sure. But after you hear this conversation down below, I'm becoming more and more suspect. A woman who is a member of the KKK and is giving the hardest punishments as possible to the black kids makes me a little suspicious. Makes me a little suspicious. Now, a woman who belongs to the Mormon Cult, who has never backed away from the white and delightsome people, believing that white is more pure and more rewardable in their church and in their celestial kingdoms, and calling dark-skinned people loathsome. It's a word I haven't used in English in 55 years. But anyway, the dark-skinned girls are loathsome. And she belongs to that organization and then comes out and gives the most severe punishment to my girl. Now, why she didn't cite the other girl, I guess it's because Abigail's admission of guilt, she didn't feel that she could uphold a charge against the other girl because one admitted to it. So here's where I'm going. I want you to listen to the tape. It's public now. When I went in, Bruno, Bubba, I told him to put his pants on. He wasn't going to intimidate me. I was a little intimidated. But anyway, he put his pants on. He says, are you recording this? I said, well, yeah, I'm going to record it. He said, well, I wasn't expecting that. I thought to myself, you ain't expecting the Bard either. Well, why are you recording it? Well, I have a little dementia and I can't remember shit. That's true. That's true. Well, don't point that camera. Turn it to the side and make it look at the ceiling with the wall. Okay. So the camera recorded every word of the meeting. It certainly has not been tampered with. That can be proved. These people basically admitted that, yeah, Abigail got the worst punishment, and they're trying to defend the standards of the Mormon Church. They've admitted that it's subjective when teachers give out that grade, that not every teacher is going to give the same punishment. I asked if a football player got hit hard and he goes down and says, fuck, 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 does he get the same punishment? And they go, well, see, it's the dark-skinned girl that's just talking to her friend in the hallway. Too loud. Too loud. So they admitted that it's subjective. I tried to point out that my daughter is wanting to go into the Air Force, and that the Air Force certainly wants top-notch people from the beginning, that they do control their mouth, their brains, and their behavior. And when they see that on a transcript, that may stop her from going in the Air Force. So anyway, you'll hear my conversations with Bruno, and you know, I guess he has the penis hood. Maybe the priest did, maybe both, I don't know. But he's going to tell the Bard, this is the way it is. And the Bard says, well, maybe it is, but there are appeals, and there are courts and other people. Now, the last time he and I spoke, it was about the Mormon kids dressing up 2 or 3 days before conference in suit and ties and attending school. So all the non-member kids were pointed out. They weren't in suits and ties, and I went in and raised hell. They don't do that anymore. They stopped the suit and ties bullshit. General conferences for Mormons. They want to go there, fine. They don't have to advertise it in a public school. So the Bard won there. Well, anyway, I called the superintendent over Bruno, and he was very accommodating and very intelligent and well-educated. And he and I were on the same page. He said, it sounds to me like it's a little bit of an overreaction. Well, when you belong to a cult, that only wants white and delightsome people in it, and dark skins are loathsome, and if those people would obey the gospel, they'd turn white. Well, she could tell my child wasn't obeying the gospel because she hadn't turned white yet. So anyway, they're investigating it, and I was supposed to get a phone call today. I didn't. And so I'll let it go 1 or 2 days. The bar is always reasonable. But I'm wondering if there's a race card in there. I'm wondering if the punishment fits the crime. And here's the other thing that just really upsets me about the situation. You'll hear Bubba say that the you can be made up. Hey, that's reasonable. My kid does some community service and, you know, mows the lawn or cleans out the locker. She deserves that. That language is not appropriate at school. And that's okay. However, they use, now see, these are the Mormons. They use these words, but they don't have the same meaning as a dictionary. The teacher said, oh, she can make it up. Oh, okay, that seems reasonable. But, now here's what I didn't know, and here's what Abigail didn't know. Here's why I'm on here. The you will not go away. I said, make it up means the you goes away. Oh, not here. Not here in Mormon country. Once we punish you, we're going to keep track of you. We're going to keep track of you. So I said, listen, makeup sounds like it's gone. So listen to Bruno. He says, no, it's going to follow her on her transcript. Well, the superintendent told me it doesn't follow the kids on the transcript. Bruno has got his head up his ass. He hasn't read the doctrine. He hasn't read the policies, procedures, and he probably should be either suspended or terminated, because this has caused a great big hurrah. Now I've got almost 800,000 hits. A lot of my people are in Utah. He's made this public. He's made this public. He antagonized Abigail and me because we thought if she makes it up, it's gone away. No, it's going to be on her transcript. I said, well, the Air Force may not sit her behind an atomic bomb if she can't control her mouth. And listen to the teachers. Well, they don't put everyone behind an atomic bomb. I said, listen, it's the principle. They only take the finest of our young men and women. So anyway, the U does not follow. It stays enclosed in-house in the Davis School District. It's private information. If the Air Force wants her transcripts, it doesn't show up. But that teacher didn't know, and neither did Bruno. So anyway, I've got evidence here. I've got the tape on here. You listen to it. You know, give me your opinion. I could be wrong as could be. I sometimes am that way. But I don't think so here. I think the punishment did not fit the crime. And fuck them. Where did she learn to talk like that? God damn it, we don't say those things in our house. We have health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins and in the sinews, power in the priesthood. Be upon me and upon my posterity, Abigail, for all time and throughout all eternity. So anyway, I have it in public. They made it public. They know it was recorded. Look down there and listen. You won't see anything, but you'll hear. Thank you very much. Bart gone.